Hello everyone. Today I will be giving a persuasive speech. It is my goal today to look at why the government should not be allowed to impose a tax on the food choices that Americans make. Napoleon Bonaparte once said, "Nothing is more difficult and therefore more precious than to be able to decide." This is a powerful statement. It testifies to the passion and responsibility of decision making. So my question for you today is, should the government be allowed to impose a tax on junk food, fatty snacks, and things that they deem to be unhealthy? My answer for you today is no. The government should never be allowed to do this. Let's investigate some of the reasons why. My husband is a diabetic, so I am a first-hand witness to the effects that food choices can have on the body. But I can also see why some may think that a higher tax on foods that are unhealthy, such as junk food and fatty snacks, would be a way to maybe control or help Americans to be more healthy. Diet is a personal decision because it is influenced by many factors. It is influenced by cultural background, health needs, and individual preferences. Economics play a role in the choices Americans make. Many times people will make less healthy choices due to prices and income. And healthier choices can be or tend to be more expensive in the grocery stores. Medical conditions also drive food choices. I know that my husband being a diabetic, his food choices greatly affect his overall health because it affects his blood sugar, and his blood sugar in turn affects the other organs in his body. So having made those points, let me give you some statistics. And I got these statistics off of the National Institute for Health and Centers for Disease Control. And you can access these websites online and get lots more information about healthy eating, healthier food choices. So, in the United States, 40% of adults are obese. Obesity is less prevalent among adults who possess a bachelor's degree or a higher level degree. And also in rural or poorer areas of the country, the rates of obesity are higher. Diabetes, heart disease, stroke, musculoskeletal disorders, and cancer are linked to obesity and bad food choices. And that would be one argument for why, if the government did make it more expensive to eat unhealthy foods, that perhaps that would help to control the obesity problem and some of the health problems that Americans face due to their food choices. But having said that, I am a firm and passionate believer that the government should never be allowed to punish people for buying food that they deem is not healthy. This is what a tax would do if it were imposed on the foods that we choose to eat. People's circumstances are not the same. What one person deems healthy, another may not think is healthy. And what one person deems unhealthy, the other person might think is healthy. Food choices are personal decisions. And also economics. What one person can afford, another person may not be able to afford, which may push the reason that they maybe make unhealthier food choices, or they eat more junk food, or they eat the foods that are cheaper. Typically produce, fruits, lean meats, organic, those things are typically higher priced. You cannot tax people into eating healthy. Healthy lifestyles must be a choice. And in America, we do have the right to choose. We are a free country, a free nation, and the government should not be able to control in any aspect the things that we choose to eat. Government should never be allowed to tax food choices. Ultimately, that would not change anything. Individuals have to make their own personal decisions to be healthy. As a citizen, we must look at ourselves in order to do this. I know personally that I have been trying to make some better food choices. And the reason that I do not always make healthy food choices would not in any way be affected if there were a tax placed on unhealthy snacks and foods. So I would like to end this with a quote, and once again remind you that all of this research was done with the National Institute of Health and Centers for Disease Control, and you can access those websites online. But I would like to end with another quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. He once said, "The first wealth is health." And I really think that that's a true statement. What we consider as wealth is not always money, and it's not always possessions, but our health should be something that we consider wealth. I thank you for your time and attention.